MZ here with a quick news break. News blast. I'm confused right now. I did a live stream on a day that I wasn't supposed to. Went to work 5, 6 hours too early. Well, here we are. The guy on the screen is Rampage Jackson's son, Roger Jackson. He's the guy with the t-shirt on. He happened to be at a wrestling event with his friend because his friend works for the wrestlers, for wrestling, not WWE or anything like that. So as you can see, the guy is taking the can and smashed it on Raja's head. Raja is not part of the show, but this guy thinks he is because they see that he sees the camera rolling, so he goes over. I guess he's trying to get him some camera time. Now, to make the story a little clearer, Raja is suffering from a concussion that he's live streaming, and he's letting his people know that he's going to go get checked out because he's been throwing up and things like that. But he's at this event to support his friend. So after this takes place, Raja gets upset, and the wrestlers are, explaining to the wrestler that hit him with the can that he's not part of the show. Now Raja is really upset. And the guy in the black hat and the black vest, that's Raja's friend. And they work it out where Raja is going to be able to get into the ring later and get his payback. Now, at the time this is going on, remember I said Raja is live streaming. Rampage Jackson, his dad, his messages is blowing up, he says. So he goes to check it out, and he sees what's happening. He thinking that his son is probably, doing something with the wrestlers. He calls and trolls him. Now, when he calls to troll his son, mind you, his son is streaming live, and the chat is really going in on him, calling him fake, all this kind of stuff, disrespecting him, just razzing him hard, getting at him. His dad calls, and jokingly, he's like, "Yeah, I see you. You got jumped by a bunch of dudes in tights." He making jokes and stuff. Maybe your old joke even. It was all out of fun. So the match starts, and Raja's chat is steadily riding him, just going in on him, saying it was fake. I guess somebody called him the B word. And when that, with everything going on, his blood pressure is just steadily rising. The anger is getting to the point where it can't be held down. It's just kindling and starting to grow from a small kindling amber of fire to a large roaring flame. This is what's happening with him. It's going from just a smoldering fire to a large thunderous flame. He gets a chance to get into the ring, and he slams the guy like a spine buster slam, and the guy gets knocked out. And as you see, I only have still pictures. I can't give you guys video pictures. But he gets to wailing off on this guy. This guy is defenseless, and he's eating every punch that that Raja is able to land on him. Now, other wrestlers are coming in the ring trying to help. And to the fans, you would think, hey, maybe this is part of the show because they come out, they're tussling, they're trying to hold him. But, this man, Raja, I guess he fights MMA, but he was holding his own against guys that aren't ready. Couldn't be prepared for what went on this night. Either way, he beat this man for a good 5 seconds. He just getting to let his hands go. And when he's leaving, one of the guys are trying to egg him on. I believe they called the police. Rampage shows up in the video again, wherever he is. He's looking at it. And you can see in his face that he's concerned and wondering what's really going on. And he can only hope for the best because, he was like, man, Raja's going to go to jail tonight. And then he said, I hope it's staged because, some wrestlers do some hardcore stuff. You know, they do hardcore things for the fans. And I can't say that he's wrong because we've seen the WWE guys do some pretty amazing stuff. You know, growing up back in the day, my daughters used to love wrestling. I watched it with them, and we did see guys do some pretty outlandish stuff. You know, we even seen some guys lose their lives and get hurt very badly trying to please the crowd. And he's hoping that's what's going on with his son. My question to you is, um, do you think he should get in trouble? I really don't think he should get in trouble because I think it might be a little something mine a little lower than this because something underlying problem with this because Raja seems to be emotional. He, you know, maybe he's training and maybe he gets teased a lot. This could be a element of some bullying behind the scenes that we don't know of. But clearly, to me, there's an underlying problem, and I hope he gets help. And I hope people don't just go in on him and try to dog him and diss him and dismantle a young man. Because I saw his father looking at it, and I saw the concern in his dad's face. And if there is something going on, they don't have to tell us. But what I am saying is, people do things, people make mistakes, and sometimes situations happen that you just don't know what's going on. Meaning you can end up in a situation like he got hit with the can because the wrestler thought one thing when it was a whole nother situation. Maybe when he was getting in the ring, you know, when he found out he could get in the ring, maybe he didn't think like that until a whole bunch of people start egging him on. Maybe the people in his stream pushed him over the edge. We really don't know. But what I am saying is, don't just go in on him and try to destroy him. You know what I mean? That's all I'm trying to say. MZ out.